When was the last time you were in a state of awe or wonder? Whether it was marveling at a flower or hearing a story, seeing a beautiful landscape. The power of wonder and awe has a magical ability to transform your life. This very simple practice not only can help re-regulate our nervous system, open our heart space, train our awareness, and unlock our intuition. So, in this video, I am going to share with you about how awe transforms your perceptions, brings connection, connectivity, clarity, intuitive listening, and on top of it, makes life more magical. Think back to the last time that you were in awe. Maybe it was watching a sunset on the beach, hearing a story, or watching a movie that connected you to this open-hearted space of the world that helped you recognize the beauty and connectivity of everything. Well, awe and wonder are more than just passive states that we experience. They are practices that we can cultivate and use in our daily lives, not only to re-regulate our nervous system, open our heart space, connect us to our spirit guides and angels, sharpen our intuition, and deepen our awareness and listening skills. And this simple practice that we can use in our daily lives unlocks a whole realm of magic and has a profound effect on you and your vibrational state. So I'm going to share with you some tools and exercises on how to cultivate awe and wonder in your daily life. Now, before I go any further, hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a fourth generation intuitive, and I teach you how to plug back into your innate divine self, your intuition. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe and that bell notification. If you're returning, I love you. Hi, I'm so happy to see you again. And don't forget to check out the description box below. I have tons of tools, resources, free meditations, workbooks, and I'm going to be teaching a workshop in July. So definitely sign up for my mailing list to stay tuned for more exciting details. So let's get into it. So awe and wonder. Awe and wonder is a listening state. When you think back to that last time, the last time I was really in awe actually was today on my walking in my neighborhood and seeing the most beautiful purple tree blossoming, noticing all of the petals on the ground, and just recognizing the magnificence of nature and this gift that was here. And when we stop to wonder and awe, and we really start to practice, first, it is a practice of awareness. What are you paying attention to? Often our lives are so busy and distracted with input, noise, phones, podcasts, whatever, that if we're not present, you might miss the magic that's right in front of you. It's happened to me before. I remember being at a beautiful beach in Thailand and watching this gorgeous sunset and noticing this gentleman who was just on his phone the entire time. And I thought, what else is better than what you're seeing? You're missing what's going on right in front of you. And when we're talking about intuition, developing your intuition, what we're doing is developing our awareness practice. Intuition resides in the present moment. It's the voice of your spirit. It's in your body. But if you're not paying attention, if your tuner is attuned to all the noise and chaos that surrounds us, you're going to miss the magic. You're going to miss your intuition. You're going to miss the signs, and you're going to miss the beautiful simplicities that surround us every single day. Now, what's really amazing about when you're in a state of awe and wonder is that first, it has a very profound effect on your physical body. First, when we're in awe, when we're in wonder, when you are all of a sudden moved by something beautiful, whether it be a beautiful story, it's interesting because first, it activates your vagus nerve. This is your fight, freeze response. This is what we use for survival. And it increases our heart rate. When you're in awe and wonder, it quiets your parasympathetic nervous system, like your lizard brain, that deep part of yourself. That vagus nerve starts to get activated. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and actually you start to bring yourself back to the present moment. So another really interesting thing, I was just listening to a podcast on awe and wonder. And my mom, really growing up in an intuitive family, always told me to wonder. She said that Leonardo da Vinci had his students wonder about 100 things a day, making up inventions. So even when you say the phrase, I wonder, notice how your whole energy and attention shifts to listening. I do wonder. That is where you get guidance. But back to this scientific study, they brought a bunch of participants. It was children from underprivileged neighborhoods and war veterans, and they put them on a raft and had them go rafting in like a beautiful landscape, and they monitored their brainwaves. And something really interesting happened because they were all marveling at the beauty around them. When they first measured their brainwaves, they were all discombobulated all over the place. And when at the end of their raft trip, they measured all of this, their pulse, brainwaves, everything. And what was so interesting to me was everybody who was on that journey, their brainwave patterns synced up. That's amazing. And it's really just science catching up to you are a vibrational being. And we sync when we're around, when with people, we sync to their vibration. And so when we use awe and wonder, this creates a connective state. When you share an experience of smelling flowers or even anything, just stories of people, that helps to quiet our parasympathetic nervous system, quiets our barking dog, and connects us. When you're in your spirit, what you ask is, how are we the same instead of how we are different? So wonder and awe is a powerful tool to help you regulate, to help you connect. Second, what's interesting when we're talking about the vagus nerve that runs from your head all the way down your throat, all the way down, is when you activate your vagus nerve, that heart rate slows. And when you slow your heart rate, when you bring down that attention and awareness outside of yourself, that also brings you to present. And that is where we can open our heart space to the world. Your heart, what it is that you love, what you care about, what connects you. When we start to name, recognize, and put flavor, context, and feed our spirit with those things, it raises our vibration. So even just having the practice of being in awe instantly raises your vibration, instantly opens that heart space. I'm going for a walk. Oh my God, that's a beautiful tree. Oh my goodness, look at these flowers. Oh, wow. I love the humidity, right? These are tiny ways. So even throughout your day, take a moment and pause. Look around you. Look at the marvelous inventions all around you. Look at this little tree. It grew from a seed. That's amazing. And when we use this practice to slow down, we train our awareness to be present. When we train our awareness to be present, that is when we can hear our intuition, our guides, our spirit, and be open to life. Last, we're really talking about, and what I find is often the biggest roadblock to intuition is our perception, our attention. It is compete all the time now. We have so many things. So when we start to train our awareness to now, to the magic that is in front of us, that is when we can really start to see the subtle signs, cues, clues, hits, feel the sensations of in our body, of our spirit guiding us. Now, my favorite way first to cultivate an awe and wonder state is to go for a walk and notice what you haven't noticed before. Like I said, that beautiful tree, how things come together, wondering, I wonder where that tree is from. I wonder how it grew. I wonder, It's kind of like being a 4-year-old again and asking 1,000 different questions, because that's curiosity. Curiosity is listening. It's a leaning in. It's an opening. It's an expansion. Second, the other thing that I learned in this podcast, which I love, is that the biggest way that people really feel wonder and awe more than it is, and they did this study across the world, across religions, across languages, across cultures. And what we would assume, you'd say, oh, what was the biggest place that you felt awe and wonder? More than it was any of those things, more than religion, more than monuments, more than nature, it was stories of people and their resilience and courage. And what I love about that first is that when we hear stories of others, when we connect to other people's journey, we first are reminded that we too can cultivate those powers. Now, I heard a story on TikTok last night about a woman who made a booby bra. She was it's like literally a sling for your boobs. It was a Shark Tank clip. But she was a executive assistant. She never liked her job. And then she decided that she wanted to make this invention. She never knew how to sew. She went to the store, got her materials, taught herself how to sew, made one, made some for friends, asked how they felt about it, and word of mouth spread. And before the end of the day, she was inundated with texts and outreaches for this invention that she made. Then she put a site, her booby bra went viral, and all of a sudden she is rocket launched in this whole other stratosphere. And now was asking the sharks for, funding, which awesome, rad. But that she followed her own intuition and did something that was outside of the box that then transformed her life. That was just a simple story. And what the practice is so much of our minds, we can get cynical, we can get critical. It's our go-to. And especially with the news, with just stories, there can be a leaning towards negativity. And so when we can start to hear these stories, even on Shark Tank, we could read about Malala, who also awe-inspiring. We open up our hearts. We wonder what we're capable of. And we start to show up and say, I wonder what I can do. I wonder where I can stretch. I wonder what I can create. Even better, what can we create together? So this week, make it a practice to have daily awe in the world around you and the marvels of your body and inventions and things you would have missed. Notice as you train that awareness, how you'll get more intuitive guidance. And second, indulge in your curiosities. Wonder before you go to a smartphone to Google for the answer. Just use your imagination. Imagination and intuition are twins, the same portal of listening. So play, have fun, use that wondrous state, be curious, notice your perceptions, your awareness, your connectivity, and your heart space. Plus, it's good for your nervous system. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, tell me in the comments, what was the last thing that you were in awe about? And what was the last thing that you wondered about? I would love to hear from you. And as always, don't forget to hit subscribe. Definitely join me for my workshop. I cannot wait. I love doing live events. Check out my family podcast. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I do both intuitive mentoring. I have some spots opening up and reading. So you can either go to my site, soniatully.com, or check the description box below. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll see you next week. Bye.